Hey guys, it's Jessie. I'm going to talk to you briefly about Facebook and your your back office. So with Facebook, I just want to touch really quick. And I know when we all get started, we're super excited about this business, and we're so excited to share everything we know about Beachbody because we love it so much. But with that said, I really want you guys to think about doing the 80-20 rule. 80% personal, 20% business. If you go over that 20%, a lot of times people will either unfriend you or they'll hide your posts because they get annoyed. So if you have a good mix of personal and business, then they won't hide you and you will be seen a lot more. So just think about that 80-20 rule. Also, let's think about what we're posting, what we're liking. When you like things, other people can see that. So if you're liking something with profanity or obscene pictures, things that most people wouldn't necessarily care for, think about that, because that's going to show up in other people's news feeds, may not be perceived the way you're taking it. So just think about that. This is a business, and most of us run our business on Facebook. So there are some things that we just have to really think about before we do. With that said, I don't want you not posting on something you feel absolutely positively amazing about. I'm Christian. I love to post my Christian views. And so if that's the case, post it, because you want to attract people who are like you. So post those types of things. That's completely okay. Just be cognizant of the negative. Also, post a lot of positivity. Positive posts will get a lot of likes. You're going to get up there in people's news feeds. More people are going to start to see you and start to say, hey, what's so-and-so doing? So let's make sure and post a lot of positivity and be very cognizant of what we are posting and liking, so that we know that everybody is seeing our posts and that we're helping everybody. We want to encourage people daily, even if it's not an exercise in health and fitness. We want to be the positivity in this world, and that's really what Beachbody is about. So the next thing I'm going to do is your back office. So if you log into Team Beachbody and go to Coach and Backline back office, or My Coach back office, this is where you'll go. This really is the foundation of your business. I am logged in under my husband's account right now, so there's not a whole lot here, but you'll be able to at least get the gist of it. To the left, you're going to see your ranking, your coach ID. That very top number is extremely important. Make sure you memorize it, have it written down, have it with you at all times. That number is so important when you're sending out links to people. If somebody needs to email in and have you become their coach, you need that number is important. You'll also be able to see your upline sponsors, any of your downline, your projected volume. So the projected volume and the projected customer volume, you need at least a total of 50 points between those two to stay active every 5 weeks. Since you should be on Shakeology HD, because we need to be proof of the product, you will never have to worry about that. You will always hit that number. And then down below, you'll see your alerts. You're personally sponsored, any coaches in your new coaches in the organization. One thing I want to point out here is as you hit Emerald and you get Success Club 5 or 10, they'll start to give you leads. And those new customers actually end up under the new customers, not under new leads. So just make sure and really watch that so that you can reach out to those customers. In the center here, you'll be able to see your personal volume, your team volume, and then your Success Club, where you're at. If you're on Shakeology HD or any HD, that'll be listed here, and along with your Success Club points. Under the leadership ladder, this is fairly new and I really like it. You can see last month and this month for your commission, your Success Club, what is your highest paid rank in the last 2 months? How many personal sponsors do you have that have 1+ Success Club points? That's a really good one to watch as you get more coaches underneath you. What's your weak leg volume and your personal sponsored team leaders? So those are some really good things to watch, and they give you benchmarks. Where should you be next month so you can keep progressing your business? I really like that. To the right of that, you'll see this coach breaking news. That is an amazing area. I recommend that you check that 1 to 2 times a week and just read them. You'll know everything Beachbody's doing, everything new that they have to offer. It really is an amazing place to find a lot of things. You can also link to the view archives and the FAQs from here. So if you're ever searching for an answer, definitely the place to go. So then let's start with my websites. If you go to any of your websites, this is what your $16 or $17, depending on taxes, a month pays for. They build our websites for us. There's not a lot we have to do. With that said, there are a few things we can do. So if you go to any of them, under page setup here, the first thing I want to point out is add social networks. You can add a link directly to your Facebook page. If you're not sure what your Facebook page link is, click on your name in the upper right hand corner here, and this URL right here, that's your Facebook link. Copy that and you can paste it, in here under add social networks. So you could paste in your Facebook. I don't do Twitter at this time, but I have linked in my Facebook and my YouTube account, so they can click there and go to any of that. The other thing here I want to recommend is register your website. This registers it with Google. So when people search for keywords, this is what brings it up in Google. So definitely do that. It's a huge, huge, huge help. On the left-hand side, you can add your phone number. I personally have mine. It's completely up to you if you want to or not. I definitely recommend a photo. People need something to relate with. They don't just relate with words. They need to be able to see who you are. It can be just a single shot. It can be your before and afters. Whatever works for you, I highly recommend that you do that. Also, filling out your profile is extremely helpful so that they know who you are, and it really helps them to relate to you. That's really all on the websites that I want to point out. So just make sure that you kind of go out there and look at those, add anything that you want to. The sales and marketing. This is a really good one. I'm not going to cover it too deeply today. Just go out there and look. There's product training guides. There's a lot of marketing tools. There's tools for us when we are running our challenge groups. Posts that we can use. There's pictures that you can use. Definitely go out there and look at that. It's very, very helpful. Okay, under My Business, if you click on My Business, it'll actually take you to another page that kind of shows an overview. It shows your volumes, which is absolutely wonderful, your downlines, and then your customers. You can do your customers and your leads. You can click here for leads too. Your personal orders, customer orders. I look up customer orders quite a bit for people for their tracking numbers. I like to watch when it's going to get to them so I can reach out to them. I want to make sure that they start with the support that they need and they don't feel like they're bothering me. Then also down here, the My Earnings and My Commission, I want to kind of talk through those. So My Commission will update weekly. So on Thursday, the paycheck you're going to get the following Thursday, you'll be able to see under My Commissions. My Earnings won't update until it's been paid out. So they probably won't ever really be the same. Then under My Business, if you go to My Preferred Placement, this is where you set where you prefer your new coaches to go. So I like to set mine to my weak leg and then just save. What that does is it'll always filter them to my weak leg. If for any reason I decide that, say I have a new coach, but I really need somebody over on my strong leg, which is for me is my right leg, I would put them on, I would just come in here to the right before they sign up if I know they're going to sign up. So the next person would go to the right and then I could put it back to weak. You can change this anytime. If you don't get it changed before they sign up as a new coach, just reach out to Coach Relations within the first 3 days of them being a coach and they'll move them to the appropriate leg for you. So that's not an issue. It's just a little bit of a time saver if you know ahead and you can set this. The other thing under My Business is My EFT Management. This is going to allow them to do the direct deposit. So if you do a mail or a U.S. physical check, they do, I believe it's a $15 fee every week that they have to do that. So I recommend that you set up the Use EFT. This will direct deposit everything into your account. It's super easy, it's super nice, and to be honest with you, I set it up on like a Tuesday. That following Thursday, it was already direct deposited. So they're very quick about it. I highly recommend that. You can do under My Desk, you can set up your calendar, you can add stuff to it, you can send emails out. Personally, I find if I send the emails out of my personal email, my Hotmail, I get more responses than if I do out of the Beachbody account. I'm not sure why, but it's completely up to you where you want to run your business out of. You can send e-cards to people to remind them, hey, the 21-day fix is coming out, or if we have a new program, feel free to send e-cards that'll go to their emails. I'm not sure how often those are received versus going into junk mail, but go ahead and play with it. You never know. Any incentive or rewards, you can kind of look through those. I don't necessarily go to that a lot, but feel free to look through it. If there's any news or training, they have phenomenal training out here. They've just recently redone that. And so I highly recommend that you just view it. I mean, even with our training, it can never hurt to have you can never have enough training, to be honest with you. In this business, things are always changing and you can never have enough. So I highly recommend going out there to look. If you need any success stories, you can come under success and grab those. So the other thing I want to kind of point out is if you have questions for Coach Relations, there's a couple different ways. If you come down here to contact us, so I get the best response if I email. If I email, it seems to go to the correct people. I get a response timely. Everything seems to happen a lot better if I email. But I've also had really good results with the live chat. That one has worked really well for me if you have time, kind of to sit, depending on when you're contacting. Sometimes you could be on, hold for a while. I've called in once or twice, haven't had the worst response, but I would say that email has gotten me the best. But whatever works for you, definitely use it. Also, I want to point out this compliance. We get a lot of, or I should say I've seen a lot of people who do things that aren't necessarily compliant, people who try to undercut in different ways, whether they're trying to sell product at coach price so that they can make money, anything like that. Feel free to use this email. Just email Coach Compliance with whether it be screenshots or anything like that. They don't know what's going on unless people contact them. So feel free to do that. If you have any questions also on compliance, this is a great place to go. They are very helpful. I've actually had a couple questions on, can I post this? Can I do this? They're very timely and they have been very, very helpful. So if you want to view the FAQs, that's also here. So you can click on that, and then there's kind of a search box once it loads, and you can type in keywords. So you can review the FAQs. That if you know the FAQ number, obviously that's going to be the easiest route. But if you don't, that's fine too. So that's kind of the back office. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. As a new coach, I highly, highly recommend that one of the first things you do is the My Preferred Placement and the My EFT Management. Those are really, really important. So one, you don't get fined the $15 if they send you a paper check, but then also so that the coaches are distributed correctly so that you can rank up. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, and we are more than happy to help. We're so excited for you guys to be in this group. So we cannot wait to see where you guys go.